two massive movies that'll come out. We're gonna talk about them as slightly as we can because Jimmy Cameron's got a sniper on us, and Damien Chazelle's got several different things that he could use. He's gonna stick us in a box, in a cinematographer's box, and make sure we don't come out. But Zach had the chance to catch Avatar. He sat with a week. It's been a week since he's been back to Pandora. Got to see the whole 3 hour and 12 minute spectacle. He relayed to me that he got to catch it in Dolby 3D, but I was not expecting this high frame rate buffoonery from The Hobbit. So it turns out,
Yeah.
as Zach's telling me, that we have yet another way for this man to make money. The first Avatar made so much money, everybody knows, because it was that right after the recession. It's '09 going into 2010. Everybody was excited for it, but he used IMAX. He used 3D, the holiday season extension, and then the fact only Jamie can come up with this that the dollar was higher than the euro during that time. Only he can look at things like that. This time around, I don't know what other political things he's got going on. I guess we're coming out of COVID. He's got a movie that you can see in 3D, you can see in three screens with Screen X, you can see in IMAX, and you can see in this. People are saying it's three different high frame rates. Zach, you know how I feel about it? Turns out you feel the same way. Tell me how you
Yeah.
felt about catching Avatar: The Way of Water.
I mean, for me, as I put it in my letterbox review, the high frame rates did occasionally make me feel like I was playing a video game. I've seen someone else react that watching it, they were sort of waiting for the press X to keep swimming prompt. And
It's
like,
like my
I don't know,
PS5
that's
control.
just that's something that just like maybe it just takes a matter of conditioning and a lot of these types of movies to come out with high frame rates to retrain our brains. But I don't know, my immediate association when it comes to anything high frame rate is video game cutscene, and it doesn't really help that they're doing a lot of that higher frame rate stuff on the CGI creature shots and less so on the live action human shots. So I don't know. It's definitely something that took me out of it. But I also was saying in my tweet review that while Avatar hasn't necessarily overcome those kind of clunky story beats that are definitely present in the original, the sequel is full of that kind of boundless imagination, that sense of wonder, the technical mastery that we've come to really recognize from James Cameron and the Weta team in their work in Avatar. Like when you are actually when you get past the first hour, which sort of retreads a lot of material and
Mm.
ideas that came up in that first movie, you get into the second hour that takes off and opens up in this really beautiful way that shows you a side of Pandora that like you're going to just be blown away by it. It's one of those things where it is transportive in the way that only cinema feels like it can be in showing you a new world. And then finally, it becomes like this sweeping action epic for that final
Right.
hour. Where the guy who made Aliens, who made Terminator, shows up again and reminds you that he's, if not the best, then one of the best in this type of blockbuster action filmmaking. Um,
I'm
it's
ready.
interesting. Like I was, there's a lot to talk about. I'm excited to dive more deeply into it. It maybe didn't live up to all my expectations, but it's still so much of what I wanted from a new Avatar film, and definitely better than I think I could have expected when we didn't even think this film was like going to see the light of day for a while.
Right? With all that's out there, and it's been such a long time. Is Josh in the comments saying he was 6 when the first one came out? Now he's 20, so we have that Toy Story thing going on, right? I think you related perfectly for Top Gun with your prediction about that passing a bill being a big box office thing because of the generations that had passed.
Yep.
It's
It's
not as
gonna
many
be a box
generations,
office
but
force. No, but
those
like, there's
10
enough
years.
that like there's that nostalgia has kicked in. There might be a little bit of like showing a new generation. I'm curious to see how it'll do.
So yeah, I'll be catching it
do
tonight. So as soon as we wrap with this, I'll be putting my all my blue paints on and going into the theater ready with my Navi
yeah.
tail to go catch it. But I'm excited for that. I will be catching the IMAX as well. That's what I would recommend. Hopefully, I hope this first screening is a high frame rate so that I don't have to deal with it in IMAX.
Yeah, yeah. Do you
That
have a
was dope.
prediction on where this will end up in the all-time box office charts? Like we shot our shot with Top Gun, and I think we nailed that one. So, what do you think about Avatar: Way of the Water?
You
Is this
know,
another
it's
highest grossing
Cameron.
film of all time from James
I
Cameron?
don't see why not. I think the rollout's going to be insane. I think he's got all
Number
the money
one.
there. I think people want to go back. My only thing with it is that I'm looking at the theaters right now and they're not sold out. But then I don't remember '09, and I don't think the theaters were sold out then either. I think it had
Mhm.
legs.
That's the thing, is that all these James Cameron movies have legs, and unlike the Marvel films, which have their Disney Plus ties, we don't know when this film is going to show up on a streaming service. It might
We don't
do
know.
the Top Gun Maverick strategy and just kind of ride it out in theaters for a while.
There's a Screen X in Salt Lake City, so we get over there. Hopefully, if this is still playing, I'll catch it in the three screens as well. But 3 billy, bro, that's the thing, right? 3 billy,
Hmm.
that's the count that they want to reach. First movie to that. Um, if there was ever anyone to bet it on, I'd say this. So Avatar: The Way of Water. I will be catching it tonight. Comes out everywhere on Thursday. I'm really excited for it.